Hello there, Jackson here. Welcome to the channel. Nice to have you as always. So you know that I know that you know that I know that if you've been watching this channel for any length of time, certainly in the last 2.5, 3 years, then I'm the first to call out any of the shortcomings of the now de facto and default WordPress block editor and full site editing situation. And when I made that video 2.5 years ago, more than that, at that point I didn't realize 2.5 years later I'd be still talking about a feature that should have been in there from the get-go. And also about 6 months later I actually created a plugin that overcame this essential component that was missing. And in fact, I've done several videos and iterations of that plugin, and it's incorporated it into my free theme. You can get that in the description below on my freebies page. Anyway, what we are talking about is the lack of responsive controls, because every page builder since the dawn of time pretty much have had settings for spacing and sizing and alignment and everything that you need when you want to tweak the presentation at different screen sizes. And the block editor just didn't have that from the get-go. It was intrinsic design, beautiful. It doesn't cover all your needs. Anyway, about a month ago the 7.1 roadmap was released, and then about 2 weeks ago I saw a post on WordPress Core about this new feature, and this new feature being responsive controls and settings for the block editor. Now you can imagine I literally wet my pants at that moment in time. And on that blog post from a couple of weeks ago, there was a call to test it. So that's what I did. And let me tell you, well, let me not tell you, let me show you. Let me show you the brand new up and coming responsive controls in WordPress. Right then. So this is what I was talking about. A call for testing. A call for testing responsive styling. Thank you, Mr. Hatkar. Go and have a look at the article. There's some great comments in there as well with all the feedback and stuff. But look at this. Button, test responsive styling in Playground. Yes, please. I'm going to click that and get the Playground loaded. So this is like the demo code of the site, and we are good to go. Look at this. My website. Let's go over to the dashboard and we'll get rid of that, and we'll go to our pages, get this demo set up. Let's create a new one called Home. We'll also change the template to no title, because who wants that there? And also we will throw in a pattern, a starter content pattern of that one. Close that up. Let's get the header area sorted out. Now, because this is WordPress 7, since WordPress 7 we get these lovely compacted patterns. More about that in another video upcoming, but we'll detach it so we can get to our heading itself. Let's open up the style manager and let's look for some responsive styling. I can't see anything, which I think is a good thing, because it's beautifully tucked away in where I think it should be, which is the responsive view setting. So this is where you go to sort of change your view of how you want to look at it. But look at this, responsive styles, new menu item under the device drop down. And if we click that, you'll see on the right here, it's just jumped in this or slotted in this mobile indicator, which means that anything we do now here on the styles tab is for my mobile only. Let's test that out, shall we? So we'll say on mobile only, we want the color to be this really accessible pink color. Just a demo, folks. Don't judge me. And so if we go back to our device selector and we go back to our desktop or even our tablet, look, it's back to its default state. Very cool. So that makes sense for me. I'm really into that. I mean, there's a bit of a debate about how obvious it is when you're in it or not in it, that kind of thing. But anyway, look, I'm just taking this as it's, I'm absolutely taking this. And so say for tablet, let's go with this headline again, and we're going to get the typography open, and we go to appearance, and we go on tablet, we want to make that extra black. So now if we go back to our desktop, normal, go to our tablet, it's black, go to our mobile, it's not black, but it's still pink. Now there is a bit of a debate about, cascading style sheets, and generally speaking, there is an argument that when you put in breakpoints in your CSS, you'd have like at media query this width, and it stays at that when you go down in screen sizes. So I'm a little bit in between at the moment about having it not cascade down to the lower screen sizes, but right now I don't care. Right now I am just happy that we have got default responsiveness, because you just go in there and you go appearance, let's get that black as well, so that's how you resolve it. Now it's not a great example using colors on this sort of stuff. A better example would probably be spacing. That's what 9 times out of 10, spacing and sizing and alignment are probably the things that I use most in responsive tweaking. So let's go down to this next section here, and you see we've got some obviously very well designed page. Thank you team 2025 theme. But at mobile, say tablet device, you may want to just essentially make that padding a bit different. So let's just detach that one as well, just so we can get to all the containers. I do love that feature. There was a tutorial on this, which is about 4 weeks late, but anyway. And now we can get to the block, and now we can say on tablet, and we can see that we are editing tablet because it says it there. It's going to take a little bit of getting used to, but I'm cool with it. On tablet, let's have the top and bottom padding just a little bit less, maybe something like that. So that on desktop, nice big fat padding, tablet shrinks down. And this is where I think this cascading disconnect could come into play as maybe a negative, but on mobile, it goes to the big one. Yes, I can just go in there and go, actually, yeah. But then again, you might want it just slightly bigger on mobile, so there is an argument on that. And also let me tell you that it's for quite a lot of the actual settings. I mean, almost all of them. So for example, here we've got this image, and on mobile, it's just inheriting the desktop original aspect ratio. But maybe on mobile, we want it square like that, which means that if we go back to tablet, you see that's gone to its original thing. Same with desktop. But maybe on mobile, we want the aspect ratio changed. So there's absolutely granular control as far as I can see. I mean, I haven't built a site with this yet, but that's coming. But on face value, we've got all the controls we need for responsive spacing and sizing and things like aspect ratio. I mean, just genius. I mean, even things like, we've got this column here. We could say at mobile, we also want this padding to be that, and this. I mean, obviously, this is just a demo, folks. Please don't judge me. And the background could just be that pink color again. And you can see how quickly this is making sense when flipped between the 3 different settings, and how it absolutely does what it says on the tin. Let's just publish that for a second. Just want to save my work, folks. Save your work. And let's take a look at what the HTML is doing in the front end, because it's very cool how this does this, because it's all inline CSS. There's no funkiness going on. It's straight HTML and CSS that delivers the most optimal experience and speed and code optimization on the front end. So if we just hit our view page button, we'll get into the front end of it. And if we just go into Inspector, and let's start with this headline. Now you see we've got this WP states class that's been added, and this is what's controlling the CSS. So it adds a class when you add some responsiveness to it. So let's just copy that little bit of code there and do a search for that. And you see that it comes up twice. You see that there? One of two. One is the CSS itself. One is the actual element, and one is the CSS itself. And you can see the state stuff there. Where is it? There. This stuff here, you can see that it's doing the different media queries that is built in as inline CSS to your page, which is genius. Very fast, absolutely top drawer implementation there. No unused CSS anywhere. Absolutely brilliant. But something that I picked up on was that you see that it says 480. That's the sort of mobile breakpoint. Well, the thing is with WordPress default block themes, do you know about theme.json? We'll get to that in a second. WordPress by default has breakpoints for tablet at 782px and 480px for mobile. So what do you do if you want to change that? Well, it's actually really easy because it's all in the old theme.json file. Yes, it is. And look, I'm not going to demo this right now, but I've tested this and it works brilliantly. And you add basically this line to your theme.json and change the mobile and tablet breakpoints, and that does it for if you have the need to have it smaller or bigger for those two breakpoints. And oh, by the way, and I've tested this fully, it does it, well, not retrospectively, but it will, if you change that, then going forward, it will load the page at, say, 580 instead of 480, whatever, going forward. So it's not like it's baked into the CSS that we've seen that's being enqueued in line at the top of your web page. So yeah, I'm really into it. It's absolutely mega. Look at this. You can just see it changing. Look at that go down to that pink and square picture, the different stuff. Oh, just one last very quick thing back on here. Now, there was some chit chat on that blog post on the core website. So if we go back to desktop here. Now, one of the biggest things that I use for mobile is aligning text, because sometimes, you might have all your text aligned, even your buttons aligned to the left on desktop, but on mobile, you might want to get those aligned center, and that works. So just be aware that even though in like 95% of the stuff is done on the block styling, the alignment is done here because that's not on the block styling, if you know what I mean. But anyway, I am, well, I guess more than happy. Yeah, happy as Larry, me. But go test it yourselves. I think it's brilliant. Yeah, that cascading stuff might be a little confusing if you've used other page builders in the past. But let me know what you think. Get your comments in below. Definitely share your thoughts on this cataclysmic advancement of block editing and the full site editor. Anyway, if you want some more block editing action, video for you right there. And until next time, I shall see you later.